This is mine.
Let go. Let go of everything. Let go!
Thousands of enemies. You're the only one who made me forget.
I'm the top floor, smoking on dope. Feeling like two and not vision alone. Rocking out all white, feel like the Pope. Burning this bitch, I'm feeling the
Yo, welcome back, volunteer family. This is Volcore, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Tennessee basketball game that is taking place on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock at Mississippi State. This is going to be a very tough game on the road, on an okay environment. I mean, it's not the best environment ever, but it's not like, Vanderbilt level environment. How will they fare? How will they take on Mississippi State? Will they do good? Will they handle business? Or will they play around and maybe play around with an upset? Another thing, will Jonas Aidoo have another great game? He showed up against Mississippi State's arch nemesis and Ole Miss. Now will he show up against the other Mississippi team? This is going to be a great video, so let's get it. The first thing I want to get into here is just, go over Mississippi State stats and kind of how they play. First of all, they do not want to get in a boat race. They do not want to get in an offensive game. Mississippi State is very bad on offense. I mean, very bad. What they're going to try to do is they're going to try to turn this ball game into a rock fight. They're going to try to turn it into a slugfest. And that is what you absolutely want to avoid. Because their defense is not terrible. I mean, this is not a good Mississippi State team at all. But their defense is not terrible, roughly allowing 63.1 points per game. I mean, it could be better, obviously. But it is a very dangerous game if we go down there in a somewhat hostile environment and don't play good offense, because that's exactly what Mississippi State wants. They cannot win an offensive game, but they can absolutely win a defensive game. So it's a very scary thing to think about, and I really I think the team should emphasize starting fast on offense in this game. Otherwise, it could get out of hand very quickly. I want to look into their three-point percentage. A horrendous 31%. I mean, what? I mean, I know Tennessee's bad from three, but 31%? I mean, whatever they want to do, man. Either way, it's not good. It's not. If they get in an offensive game, they are not winning this basketball game. And quite frankly, this game is actually making me a little bit nervous, because Mississippi State does have a decent environment. It is definitely a sleeper game. It is absolutely, I can absolutely seeing us go sleepwalking into their arena and just losing, flat out losing, because we weren't ready to play. I've seen it too many times in the past 3 or 4 years of watching Tennessee basketball. Seen it too many times. It happens all the time. So, the main emphasis here is going to be start fast on offense and never let off the gas. If you let them draw you into a slugfest, you will be in a very, very close game, because that's exactly how Mississippi State plays. They play ugly. They play an ugly brand of basketball. Ugly basketball. I don't know what they're doing, but that's what they like to play. So credit to them for that. They do a good job at it. They almost beat South Carolina at South Carolina, which is not a bad basketball team this year. They could be a sleeper for the SEC championship, but don't tell anybody I told you. Another thing I want to go into is, will Jonas Aidoo start a hot streak? He literally lit up Ole Miss and dropped a 24 piece on them. 24 points. he's one of the biggest pieces to this game. I think I really do want to see us play bully ball against Mississippi State because our 3-point shooting is just not there. It's a waste of time to try to shoot a bunch of threes. We've seen with the Ole Miss game, we play better when we try to bully teams versus just shooting up threes. Okay, it's just how it works. When your shooters can't shoot, do something else than shoot, clearly. So, he's a very big piece. I think one of the big keys is, will he be able to establish a physical nature? Will he be able to establish that physicality? Because we've seen before where he was not able to establish that, like against Hunter Dickinson at Kansas, Zach Edey at Purdue, Armando Bacot at North Carolina, and he just got bullied. He's absolutely got to establish that. Because if he gets bullied, then we're really in trouble, because then it starts to become a game where we're relying on our shooting. And when Tennessee basketball relies on shooting, normally things don't end well. So that is the one thing I think we should all emphasize, is watch how Jonas Aidoo plays. And I hope the team is emphasizing the same thing, because if they're not, they're going to be in for a rough time the rest of this season. We've got to get some good play from our bigs. We have not had great play from our bigs all year. Luckily, Jonas Aidoo stepped up against Ole Miss. Otherwise, that game could have been a lot closer. A lot closer. I mean, he scored almost 1/3 of the points. So, really, that is what I think we should emphasize here, is will Jonas Aidoo be able to not carry this team to victory, but more so just carry his load and help the team win? Because when we rely on 3-point shooting, or any type of shooting from that matter, things normally don't end out too well. So I would emphasize that. That is the one thing I would look at when scouting this Mississippi State game and when looking at how this game will play out. If Jonas Aidoo plays good, I have the Vols winning 75-60. If Jonas Aidoo does not play good, I have the Vols winning 65-60. That really, it's gonna be a low-scoring game. I really do think they're gonna force us to play this garbage ball where we have to brick every shot and play good defense the whole game, because it's just how most of the time things go when we play teams that try to do that. But one of the things to look at is we did play a team that wanted to do that in Ole Miss, and we still lit them up. So hopefully it goes like that, and we can win 90-64 for 2 weeks in a row. That'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it? I mean, I wouldn't be complaining. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't be complaining. So that's all I got for this one. I know it was a short one. There's really not much to preview for Mississippi State. It should be an easy win. Hopefully we win. If we don't win, we should be not necessarily concerned, but just optimistic of how this season will go, because losing to Mississippi State is not a good look. So I hope you guys have a great, wonderful rest of your day. I am Volcor, and last but not least, go Big Orange.